Tell me about that picture. That picture of Gerald Pierce.
The pose is a husband signing first and then pressing it to the wife. And there was nothing indifferent about it.
Pictures can be deceiving. On the surface, it's a couple selling their house. Realtor Dion Britton snapped the picture at the title company. And they're not letting on there's any kind of issue.
Absolutely, no. You know nothing.
Turns out, the house wasn't theirs to sell. Dallas County prosecutors say the couple, Gerald and Akiba Pierce, stole 7 different homes, saying forged signatures on property deeds unlawfully made them the owners. The paperwork said they owned it.
And when it says that they own it, guess what? They own it. To find out that you can walk into the county, take a deed, hand over documentation, and they record it.
All of a sudden, you're on paper as an owner of the property. It's way too easy.
It's unbelievable.
Gerald Pierce came to court in late August for a probation hearing.
Your Honor, we're talking about 7 properties, and the value there is $1,019,000.
Pierce was charged with an assault in 2014, and prosecutors want to revoke his probation.
So he has committed theft, and in doing so, he has violated the terms and conditions of his probation.
All right, Mr. Weatherspoon?
Your Honor, it's our position that Mr. Pierce was not present at these transactions, that was not him, that his wife had someone else.
Would you please state your name for the record?
Devin Lewis?
Gerald Pierce and Akiba Pierce, you know those people?
I do not.
Is this signature your signature?
It is not.
Prosecutors say Devin Lewis had an investment property in Mesquite taken from him by the Pierces.
Did you sell this property to anybody?
No.
Is this property in your name now?
It is not.
Others were affected in addition to Lewis. Prosecutors say on a single day in 2017, forged deeds transferred 3 properties to the Pierces. The next day, police received a burglary call for this house in Cedar Hill. Gerald and Akiba Pierce were there showing it to prospective tenants.
Officers met with Miss Pierce, and she provided us a deed saying that she purchased the property on the previous day, and they provided me a deed for another address in Cedar Hill. I suspected both deeds to be fraudulent at the time.
That incident helped launch a 2-year investigation, and police arrested Gerald Pierce in 2019.
Basically, Miss Pierce, she said something to the effect of, Gerald has been following her around, and if he got caught doing this, then that's on him. I let Mr. Pierce know that his wife had just basically thrown him under the bus, and he advised that she had been doing this long before they ever hooked up.
Just after investigator Brandon Woodall's testimony,
All right, we're going to take a break.
Pierce left the courtroom,
About 15 minutes.
his wife Akiba following close behind. The judge returned about 20 minutes later.
Who's your client?
I'm serious.
Oh, no.
Akiba's gone too.
All right, I have issued the warrant. It should be active.
The hearing continued without him.
Make your way to the witness stand, please.
Remember this picture? The realtor that shot it took the stand. Dion Britton said he met the Pierces in 2019. He says Akiba Pierce called about selling a house on Copeland Drive in Cedar Hill.
And I said, yes, absolutely. We're interested in purchasing that property.
And did you come to an agreement?
We did.
Your clients buy the house. It's a done deal.
Done deal.
That picture of the Pierces was taken on the day the sale closed.
I take these pictures at closing tables all the time.
Later, he got another call from Akiba.
They had other properties they were interested in selling.
This time, she and her husband wanted to sell a property on Golden Hills Drive in Dallas. Britton's clients agreed to buy that house too.
24 hours prior to closing, I get a phone call from my end buyers, and I immediately have a headache.
They asked me if I was sitting down, and they said, man, you're not gonna believe this. We have the feds on the line. That house was stolen on Copeland. And I go, what? I am sitting down now.
As the hearing ended, District Judge Nancy Kennedy found Pierce had violated his probation,
I am going to sentence him to 10 years.
giving him a decade in prison. As for Akiba, she pled guilty to felony theft in the deed fraud scheme a year earlier and was given 7 years probation.
When I see the picture now, I guess I see deception.
What could you have done differently with them?
Nothing. We handle everyone the same. We treat everybody like they have character and integrity.
The paperwork said they owned it.
It's the same.
There will be a new picture of Gerald Pierce soon, the one taken in a Texas prison. In Dallas, I'm Tanya Iser.